Meisterschaft. It is the grand finals. It's taking part in Duisburg. I am Lady Man Smith, and join me is, of course, Lauren Pansy Scott.
Hello.
And we're going to be taking you through this. It's Counter-Strike Go, in case you've just joined us. But you're watching on the CSGO channel, so you'd hope you had an inkling of what was going on. Mousesports scraped a victory, 16-14 on Dust 2. And as you can see, the knife round has just taken part. Pistols will be coming up in just a couple of seconds. And it is going to be Mirage.
It is map number 2, and Inferno if required, which is the third map. I have a doubt we'll need to actually go that far, though.
Yeah, this is choice.
In theory, if everything's correct.
If everything's correct. Now, they did win 16-3 on this map earlier on against MyKPV. And it was 16-12, I believe, for Killerfish against Plain Duck. So both have played this today within the last couple of hours.
Yeah.
The question is, who is going to come out in this one? Good luck, have fun exchanged. Everybody ready to go. And it is going to be an A-side push.
And I can't speak right now. I can't wait to see this because both these teams look pretty darn impressive when I got to see them earlier. So already a little bit of a sit back from mousesports.
Oh, that nade was
Double
beautiful.
nade comes in, catches Robson and ammo. And well, T-side has control, but it looks like the CT side of mousesports are playing for the retake.
Look how deep they go. This is something we noticed against MyKPV earlier, just how deep they defend. And again, it's going to work out for them. They get the double. Nico's pushing through. Can he make it a triple? It's going to be Tabson that's there. Chris J is going to be leading the charge now. Manages to get a little glimpse of Tarsin. Doesn't manage to get the shot down, though. Nico is the last man standing. This is going to be an impossible task. He gets one. That's a triple now. I tell a lie, it's a double. And now that's a triple. Is it doable? Is he going to get the jump? Oh, he got the big tag on him. Just get the shot. Don't think he's got enough to get the defuse, though. But a 4K to start with for Nico. Starting off where he left off, honestly, last time he played here. He normally plays around connector stairs, and it's just, he is a magician on this map. He really does very well. 4 kills in the pistol round. It's going to be something he's going to be happy with. But at the end of the day, they lost the round.
They did. And it was kind of weird seeing a retake play like that. It makes sense. But then there's always that chance you just get completely locked down. It didn't look like they had anything particularly in mind as to how they wanted to get back in. Just that it's something they wanted to do. However, as we noted, Killerfish do need this one if they want to take it to a third for the possibility of a win. And well, it looks like another A hit coming in. Nico, Tabson, and Chris J. Tabson a little closer this time, however, so going to be challenging up towards Palace. Not going to get much, though. Tony will take him down, and this should be a very clean round coming in. You've got guns like these at range, and a shotgun just to make it feel worse is going to be very clean, and it is perfectly done. Robson goes down, however, I think they picked up the gun that he may have had if required. So all they really lost then was probably like an MP7 or a Galil. Nothing too crazy. They keep the AKs, and he gets himself an MP7. So they want to get as much money, essentially, as possible. So he's not going to buy up anything more than that, just in case there's a little bit of a plan in store coming out from mousesports.
Well, we'll see if there is a plan. There's God B with a grenade. The only man heading towards B is going to be Robson, selling that fake. It's not really going to sell too much because, well, Killerfish walk straight onto site. Oscar finds the instant head of Tabson, and the A side is theirs. This is going to be a very quick, clean round, it seems. God B and Chris J. Well, you've got the USPs, but I don't think there's going to be a great deal I can do with it. Trying to get it on Oscar, not going to work out for him. Chris J tries to peek around. Tony already has a glimpse of him. Grenade comes through. It's going to be Oscar that picks it up, and that's another SMG kill. Yeah,
and that's a lot of money then coming in. You can see Tony's on 6K already. He's going to be able to get the AWP coming straight into the 4th round here, so that's a really nice investment from them, and it actually worked out pretty damn perfectly.
Tony's got a good spawn here as well, I believe, with that AWP. He's going to see if he's going to go straight for a challenge. Looks like it is.
The A pick. This would be nice.
Going for the AWP pick. Going to get smoked off pretty quickly, though. Nico does manage to get himself across, so didn't quite work out how they planned. But this is a big round for Mouse here with the rifles. Tabson's going to be the man that goes very close. Look at this. Oh, Tuss's just there. He's not even looking. He gets picked off, gets a second as well. Tabson drops down. Doesn't matter. Damage done there. And with the support of Nico as well, they've already managed to pick up 3.
Yeah, the classic A-star from Killerfish then coming out, clearly known by mousesports. We saw Oscar doing that to their previous opponents, pushing up right close to the smoke, in towards ramp, being aggressive, being confident, and it pays off really well when you get shots like that and just catching 2 off guard. So pretty much throwing these guys off course. I'm surprised we didn't see a little bit more variation from Killerfish. They showed they have real fluidity on the T side last time, not only utilizing A but mid and then rotating to B towards the end. However, Chris J in a great spot there. does finally get dealt with by Robson, but in this sort of position 1v3, he's surrounded on every single front. If he can take it to a 1v1 against all of them, he may stand a chance, but with 35 seconds left, he's going to have to get past Legija.
He's actually got, yeah, other than Legija there, if he can smoke him off, which is what he... No, he missed it. That's not where he planned for that smoke to go. I was going to say, if he could smoke off window, he's actually got a clean run straight to B there, and he only had to worry about one coming up behind him, but missed the smoke.
Yeah, and I think we can all just kind of write that up to those first 2 kills coming in. There's so little you can do off the back of that you're kind of screwed. But tabseN going to go for the Swag 7. Going to be looking to utilize that going towards this game. Not sure where he's going to play. Maybe close at balcony. Maybe just pushes himself up towards wherever he feels they may arrive. But this is what I want to see from Killerfish. This real kind of fluidity throughout mid. And they showed that they can really play very well in these sort of spots. But the man you pointed out, Nico, let's see how well he deals with it. Because these guys were quite proficient with doing these sort of splits throughout the map. Already keeping Legija at arm's length at this point. And yet to commit anywhere. However, with 1 minute left, they'll have to start considering where to go.
Oh, look at that. There's chance shots coming up there. Nico just creeps his way in. So they've already took shots there. I don't think they were going to be expecting him, but they do manage to find him. That does get him down. chrisJ picked up 1, and the rotate's immediately on.
And the big thing there was tarzan. He just walked through A. tabseN pushed up into apartments, well, palace, if you want to call it that, and he completely trashed them. But now tabseN's in a good spot. But he does only have that mag 7, but he should be able to hear these 3 players coming up ramp. tarzan is in a completely negated position. It's all about tabseN. Can he play it right?
He hears the steps. He hears them coming past. You know, the rotate's already being called. Like you said, tarzan could cut them off, though. He knows the one's running past. He could just pop out and get a quick shot straight into the back here. He's actually going to miss it. He went a little bit too late. tabseN does come out. He gets 1 down. GoldB's not going to be expecting the man behind, and that will be him going down. chrisJ all alone. It's at a 2v1. Catches a glimpse of tarzan. Tony manages to get a tag on towards him. He's going to try and push up through the smoke, but using those boxes to his advantage. Trying to play the position. Tony will push round, and Tony will get the frag. 4-1, Killerfish. Great T-side start.
It was brilliant stuff breaking through connector like that. Taking down Nico was basically the way to open up the site. One, because really tabseN should have been maybe keeping eyes on the idea that someone could lurk through A. But then, you know, you hope they don't do that. You hope they assume there's someone in dark. And it's so hard to kind of keep that in mind at all points. But still, that does mean that Killerfish get to 4-1, which is a massive scoreline at this point. Tony will open up, but does mean that tarzan goes down. tabseN keeps pushing, and the CT side have got themselves guns. That is huge. Nico and tabseN now both with a big bit of weaponry beside them. Now just have to predict the next play. GoldB can already probably hear them near B. Definitely can.
Yep, we can hear them. Elephant footsteps running past, and you can see the rotation already coming. GoldB just has to slow things down a little bit here. Nico's making his way through kitchen. tabseN's going to be following him. And GoldB is rightly just staying out of range right there, buying time. Nico comes through, gets a double headshot. And now tabseN with just 1 hit point. Tony manages to make it work. Well, when you got an AWP, you only need 1 hit point, really.
Yeah, the infamous Joe Miller line almost there. You know, it doesn't matter if they're 1 HP or 100. If you hit the shot, it still does just as much damage. You don't need that spray, the kind of adjustment time with the AK. So Tony then saving the day pretty much, because that was all turning around. And I love that play on towards B. Just kind of GoldB setting up, allowing Nico to push in at the perfect time. But this is going to spur the CT side on. Look at mid. There's 2 players from the CT side pushing straight up mid. tabseN is one of them. Finds 1. That's ammo down. Not sure if he's going to predict a second. He's going to back out a little bit. But that aggression just throws teams off kilter.
Completely caught them off. tarzan's peeking at stairs. Legija is taking a look there. Look, you can see, just caught a glimpse of him. Oh, that's give chrisJ the information now. chrisJ in dark. tarzan's going to smoke himself out and try and go for the escape. But chrisJ would have heard that now. He's going to be thinking, is that a fake? Tony's the man that's peeking. If chrisJ were to surprise him, it may catch him off guard. And Legija's now coming forward. While this is all happening, the bomb's still at ramp. And Mouse, playing it cautiously, but that's going to be Tony once again with the big frags that open up sights.
Yeah, it's really important. But chrisJ's still in a good lurking spot if he can time it well. and Tabson can just wait to see if they cross the site. But Godby getting found, this is going to be all about that coordination between Chris J and Tabson. Nice awareness comes out, and you can see it just kicking into place. These guys, perfect coordination between them. 3 and 2, literally 2 players taking on the entirety of the rest. Really well played, and just knowing where each other is vulnerable from. Chris J from connector, so therefore Tabson peeked it, and then the same back and forward. And you've got to also give credit to Tony then. He did those beautiful little silent climbs up onto the box. You can kind of do like a silent hop almost when you crouch it. He did that and got the shot. So it's really important, but still, it's going to mean the T side is on an eco. They've got armor, so they're looking to invest into this.
Oh, you can see immediately Robson's gone deep, pushing straight through, but aggression from Mouse, catching them a little off guard, but those Tech 9s are not to be trifled with. And they do manage to gun them down, but it's only Tony now that's left. He's creeping his way through underpass. Is he going to be able to find Godby? Will he show his head just around the corner? He does, but he doesn't manage to land the shot. Now they know his position. You can see Legija is there ready and waiting to receive him. And they will pick up the kill. That's the 3rd round for Mouse. And it just echoes really how important that last round was a moment ago. That one-on-one where they do manage to get that cross in, because it could have easily been, what, 6-7-1 for Killerfish now. A bit of a golf score starting to come in for T-side. Bit of a weird map though, Mirage. It really depends on the team. It's not one of those maps you could say, hey, it's CT-sided, because so many times we've seen some big teams coming up huge on T-side.
Yeah, I still think it's one of the maps you can really do work on the T side, but still, double eco, basic. Oh, I don't think the last round could be even called an eco, really. There was so much board up for them just without the rifles, but they are going to be forced onto a much cleaner eco. You can see just Glocks with ammo and Tony with the P250s on the other 3. So, maybe looking to get a gun away. Hoping for some of that mid-aggression to come out to catch him off. Not the case. Mousesports reading the situation well, fully aware of the opponent's money situation, and just going to be playing passive. They may get a little bit angsty towards the end just to get another round on the board, but look at this boost. Chris J does this every time there's short involved in a map. He'll get boosted up and just kind of dominate, and look at it. Prowess just takes down Tarsin, and these 3 players can boost up and try and challenge, but they're always going to be at a disadvantage.
Yeah, Nico's got 3 underneath him. Are they going to boost for him? Yes, they are. Catches a glimpse of the head. Goes for a second. Knows that there's going to be possibly a second and a third there. He's going to get the support. They're like, I want to escape. No. Godby wants the kills. Nico's going to be the man that gets them, though. And he picks himself up another triple. Last man standing is Robson. He's managed to gather himself an M4. Let's see what he can do with it.
Yeah, he may be able to pull something off. I highly doubt it, but it does make me want to highlight exactly what happened then between Godby and Nico, and how quite impressive it was that Godby read the situation well enough to go into the window room and cover off the possible boost, because I think Nico might have seen the 2 players remaining, so there's always a chance of another boost. Godby overtook that, allowed Nico to watch connector and lock off the push towards A. So the coordination with mousesports when it comes to these smaller situations is really very impressive. We saw it with Tabson and Chris J. Now we've seen it with Nico and Godby. It's great to see, but still, fresh round. Buy up for the T's. They need to make this count.
Legija, I think, heard the footsteps. Smoke almost standing down there, but the fact that he's tracking it, I'm pretty certain they heard the footsteps here. Godby's going to be the man that peeks up there. Chris J covering everything off, but Godby's the man that is going to get caught out. And that's not good. Legija is going to play this one slowly, defensively. Well, the rotation, they have to be careful, because there's one man, Tarsin, holding in Delpan while this is all going on. Going to keep my eye on him. He may be able to catch him in the crosshair. The bomb is not down. Tarsin is at Delpan, but he's going to get caught out. And that will be now Nico and Tabson for the retake. And like you said, bomb's still not down. Nico, oh, is he expect someone? No, he's not. And I think Tabson might go for the save now. Yeah,
definitely. Might be able to catch a couple on the way out in this sort of spot, but I think it was Ammo's double that pretty much locked down that site then. There was still a player present, which was, you know, a massive threat at that point. But it did get them the bomb down. Bomb is safely planted. Tabson can no longer get even towards the site. He wants to keep this M4. And you can see why, money-wise for the CTs, he'd be pretty much screwed going into the next round. The rest of the team can kind of get a shoddy buy, maybe. They're not opposed to it. We saw the Mag 7 coming out. They like to kind of force into these rounds. However, T's also highly important round, as Oscar being very close here. Good work from Tabson. Going to just give him a little bit more money to work with. And we'll see just enough to force a buy. Tabson will be able to survive. I think they can get a buy going here, but it might be very shoddy. I don't know what Chris J wants to do with this.
Yeah, let's see if he goes for a double FAMAS for his team, or whether like throws an SMG out there
buy.
maybe. No, he's good. Okay. Just pulls that up. Why not, Chris? Why
They're
not?
probably going to go aggressive towards mid like they did before with the 2 players, and he can just do Overwatch almost.
Nico's going to be the man that bounces, but they're not there. We can see on the map where they are. Tarsin's going to be the man that probes the smoke while the rest of the team set themselves up for a set play over at A site, which is going to be another deep defense from mousesports. They haven't really got a choice in that one. But with the pistols, they're not going to go up close, which is something that works from that. Molly will slow things down.
They've not committed yet either.
Lakeisha's looking at, but look at this. Nico, he could pick up something vital here. He's got to move, though. He's got a motor because they are already moving on towards site. They're just simply delaying. And here comes Nico. Nico's going to get around the back. He's going to find Robson. Gets one. Does he get the second? Not quite going to work out for him, but has the damage been done? It's down to a 3-on-4.
But Tarsin's got B locked down. They're going to rotate. Godby already knows this. Look at him. He's going underpass. Godby is huge here. He might be able to cut them off on their route. Tarsin just needs to lock this down, and he does. His job is done, but Godby is the most important player right now. Will they predict him being this close up? 3 players coming in. They've gone for the flash, but he's going to fluff the shot, sadly. But Oscar pushes through. They've locked down B. That was a lovely rotation. That slow execute on A. Not straight up pushing the smoke. Waiting and waiting until we saw Tarsin getting control of B. And that's where you saw the pressure coming in. Yes, there was a threat from Nico then, but he only had an SMG. He could only do so much with that MP9, especially against Armor. You can see he ripped them pretty low there. Oscar's down 50, Ammo's 18, but it's so hard to take down a team who does have full guns with the MP9.
Yeah, there you go. You can ask in hit points. They were wondering how it worked out. Like you say, it could easily have gone massively for him, but they didn't have that guy. It's interesting, obviously, you see pistols, mousesports, how they play it. Sometimes they will sit so deep, or sometimes they'll just go ultra aggressive and be in their faces. We're going to see Lakeisha obviously saving this rifle here. So, 7-4 for Killerfish. Very good T-side for them. Opening things up here. Tony's gone for that AWP now. Managed to obviously get that. Hasn't quite got the greatest spawn in the world, but he may go for the challenge.
And CT side can't afford much. They're down to like 2k, so you're going to see them back on their eco, and only Legio's got enough money to obviously keep that.
Ooh, 4-man stack A.
But look at where the bomb's going.
Yeah, that's not going to work out, but they're going to double stack in Palace, and that may well work out. Tony, the AWP down. Ammo is in there, so he knows he's got a second, and Lakeisha, well, he may be the only man with the AK, but he's made it count. And guys, come and collect the weapons. Chris J, it's a field day for you, buddy. Go get it.
Let's see what we can do. That's the big thing, is how much damage can you now do here? Got himself the AWP. He passed the AK off to Chris J. He's like, no, I want this. You don't get it today. There we go. Still sticking with it. Tarsin, though, nicely predicted. Going to work his way up towards mid.
Oh, he's got one.
Got beat. Not going to get a second then. He gone very low, though.
Saw the bomb, though. That's more importantly. Saw where it was. The question is, can Chris J now get across and cover off the window drop? Now, this bomb plant coming in, it's going to be very low, and just like that from a... Well, I think it was one rifle for Mouse, basically rescued from the round before. Pretty much an eco. They do pick up the round against Killerfish.
It was all about that flash into Palace then as well, blinding both of them, being able to challenge down Tony initially and then take it to that 1v1. This game is all about taking it to the 1v1 half the time and then, of course, winning. But the T-side might just speed up here. Killerfish have that kind of secondary mode they go to on occasion where they just speed up a little bit on the executions. And I kind of want to see that. They're starting to be worked out a bit. There's a couple of rounds now sitting with mousesports. They might want to start working a little bit quicker on it, but no. Still passive, still slow. Tony probably waiting it out, waiting with that CT smoke that he's had. Ammo this time actually going to be working through Palace, or just holding it more than anything. And another maybe 10 seconds on that smoke until it's fully dissipated. And then they can maybe start thinking about a play. But here we go, you can see the smokes coming in. Tony will be the first up on the board. Chris J playing it carefully, but will the T-side commit? This was a thing before. They didn't fully commit on the initial smokes. Now they push, but Tabson's waiting. And that's the push already kind of in real ruins. But nice play from Ammo, making it out of those apartments, out of Palace, at the perfect time.
Chris J pinned off on stairs. They know he's here. The rest of the team are coming. He just needs to hold on, slow down. Ammo's going to find Nico pushing around from CT side. He hasn't managed to make it work. Chris J, meanwhile, does go down over at stairs, and this is all working brilliantly for Killerfish.
And Oscar didn't have to overcommit towards CT then. He knew he was just buying time to allow the others to take the equal challenge and get the bomb plant in. He did it perfectly. Then he readjusted once they got the job done and did what he had to do. Just playing smart for Killerfish is working out. Mousesports, don't get me wrong, have probably more talent, I'd say. But sometimes we see these great, smart executes from Killerfish that I love watching. These, every now and then... Oh, Nico's going very aggressive here. This could overthrow things.
Well, he's going to get the bomb. They see where it is. Now everybody's going to rotate. Look at them all. Everybody moving towards there. Collects himself an M4. Does manage to get one. Doesn't get the second down, though. Meanwhile, tabseN getting the cover off here, but they know the bomb is already on ramp. Now it's going to be Legesia picking off. tabseN comes around.
Massive play.
Just that one big aggressive play from Nico. Give them everything they need. Here's the bomb, guys. And that's why the bomb, man carrying the bomb, shouldn't be the first one on the ramp, first one on the site.
But to be fair, the reason he's doing that is because they've been playing so slowly. He has to get the information somehow, because those delayed smokes and executes that Killerfish depend on are super hard to read unless you go for that. And, it's aggressive, it's dangerous, but it paid off. However, look at the buy now coming out. We have a really shoddy kind of mix from both sides, but the T side just saying, hell, let's go aggressive then. Let's use these close-range weapons at what they're good at. Let's make a short play towards B. Legesia and God B might be in trouble.
Yeah, they're going to be pushing straight through. Legesia's ready, gets one. Does he get the
Perfect
second?
flash.
Oh, brilliantly done. God B comes around the side. Not checking the side, doesn't matter. God B's got his back. And well, just like that, I missed the kills because God B just cleaned them up on the site. Now 8-7 the final half. It's probably not great score for either team, honestly. Killerfish will probably be more happy with 8 T-sides, but very close, just like on Dust 2.
I just have to point out how good that flash was from God B. That sort of play is unbelievably well done, even when a whole team is pushing you from short. He held his composure, didn't just say, oh, okay, I've got to be there right now, instantly got to shoot. He knew that his teammate would be able to slow it down a little bit, get maybe 1 or 2. His flash blinded at least 3 of them then and allowed them to get back into it. It's so important.
Crazy stuff. It was 8-7 to mousesports, I believe, on Dust 2, the first half. And, well, we're seeing 8-7 to Killerfish this time around. And this is a fast charge onto A-side pistols. Nobody going down. And again, Killerfish actually doing what we saw mousesports do as well, defending deep, sitting back, pulling back, and then going for the retake. I'm pretty sure God B just tagged his own teammate in the back there, but this time Killerfish have made it work. And God B all alone. Just got to cover off that side. Oh, got one down, didn't get the second. And that will be Killerfish with the defuse.
And I questioned Robson with the Zeus Bite before, but he actually did it again. Which is kind of weird. I don't get why. But the defuse does come in. CT side will get 9 rounds, and this is really big. I'm kind of impressed that it's working out so far.
What's he hoping to achieve? I mean, is he just... I mean, it is kind of an insta-kill if you land it, I guess, technically, but... It's a big investment for round 1. All right, well, okay.
I literally have no idea. I tried to think about it before, but he's the only player I see doing it.
Yeah.
So I have no idea, but still, the T-side have made a huge investment into this round. They want to win this more than anything. They're not going in lightly. So this is massive for them. Even a molly on Chris J. They've got an execute in mind. It's probably a full B execute. So let's see if this one works out, because they've invested so much.
Setting up for it. There's going to be a lot of smokes. Remember, of course, that B box opened up, 2 patches ago now, I guess it was. It's, times are moving on pretty quickly in CSGO. tabseN's going to be rushing on through. Good flash there, but it didn't quite get through the window. That's kind of hampered him there. Didn't manage to get the jump straight through. Nico not finding one either. Chris J is going to follow through, and they're kind of going in one by one, and it's not working. The bomb plant does go down. Chris J is going to try and use that smoke to his advantage, but he's all alone. Does find Tony, gets him down. Now they know his position. Catches a glimpse of a second. Doesn't land the frag, though. That's what he needed. And that, well, bought all the time they needed for Killerfish to come and get the defuse in there. It will be no problem. So that's going to be 10-7. And as you mentioned, mousesports kind of invested pretty heavily into that one.
Yeah, head armor, tech 9s, mollies. It's going to be a really, I don't know, shoddy buy-up if they want to get anything. They probably won't. P250, armor. Smoke, not much. It's very basic because it has to be fairly basic, but still forcing into these. And I guess on the T side you can do this, but it used to be like an American trend that they'd always heavily kind of purchase into what they can to a degree. But now we're seeing EU teams as well, obviously with the power of the Tech 9, why not? But let's see if they can make a play out of this. Really nice utility work on shore, then just kind of flash, molly, and smoke all being perfectly played. But tabseN locking it down. This is going to be a bit of a shooting fish in a barrel. And, well, tabseN enjoying it.
Yeah, the barrel proverbially being mousesports. And Legesia and got B get taken down at the end there. Killerfish doing the shooting, though. Shooting Mouse in a barrel?
I'm not sure he can make that work.
Oh, no, I don't think so
That's a
either.
stretch.
I mean, it's a mouse versus a fish. I don't know really who would win. Depends what the fish is, I suppose.
I guess.
You don't tend to see too many mice in
Chris J. The same can be said on the CT side. Tony's not going with that just yet. We're seeing a 3-2 split towards the A side. Godby, Tabson, and Chris J very aggressively pushing through connector. Tony could be in trouble here. Tabson, I think, caught a glimpse of him maybe. Not too sure who's got the better spot here. They're actually in real trouble. Ammo turns around. Tony locks it down. And this is going to be really, really an offset A push. But luckily for them, the two players up A round paid off. And they actually got the job done. Legisia and Nico saving the day.
Yeah, and Chris J also finding one on short. And suddenly Robson is all alone. He's going to have Legisia coming around the corner any minute, expecting him. They've already cleared out B-side, so they knew damn well where he's coming from. Robson will come out on top of this one, though. Bearing in mind, mousesports are pretty poor. They are going to likely pick up this round, but anything they can do to hold on to those weapons would be helpful, which is why you can see Robson's going looking for this one. Chris J knows where he is now. He's got him pinned, and he's just going to force him back.
Yeah, so both teams going to screw that. You've got Molly on Chris J and Molly on Robson as well, so there's a lot of money to be lost if they went for it.
Yeah, well, honestly, you probably got to question Tabson why he didn't come out on top of that duel at stairs. Luckily for him, though, like you say, Nico pushed up ramp there, managed to get himself the double as he pushed on site. So
there's also more Legisia as well, who was the one who picked up two. Like, his play was more imperative, to my eyes at least, the way he worked. And to be fair, without those guys actually breaking through, and maybe the distraction play was a very important part as well, but regardless of that, it worked out in the end. 8-11 is still a big scoreline to overcome, but you have to see what they have in store now. Another bought round. Tony this time does have the AWP as well.
Well, Tabson, once again, with the support of God B this time, got themselves up to ramp. That distraction working well, actually, in the window. You can see the decoy pounding away while the rest of the team push on through. Oh, the flames working wonders. Godby does manage to get one. They know he's at Van, but it doesn't matter. Robson still comes out on top. Tabson forced to reconsider. I think they're going to try and collect the bomb and get out of here. No, they are going to go for the plant. Tony covered in kitchen. Godby does not land the frag, and mousesports holding him off a kitchen here. They should be able to close this one out. They will close it out. Godby picks himself up a 4K in the round.
Godby is incredible at playing this B side. CT or T. The way that his flash to allow him to cross over towards bench was so nice. Literally, it just flashed in towards the doorway. Enough that you can't turn avoid it. It's so quick that once it's there, it's done. And oh, it was just beautiful to watch. This man is just really finding form, considering he was, not, I'd say, a fairly late addition to CSGO, an old school player from start to finish, but wow, really big performance from him in this round. But eco round now coming for the CT side. I always talk them down, but these days it seems to go the other way, but still, it's going to be a hard one though. Yeah,
you do see some big pistol rounds, and Ammo, well aware that there is Nico just below him. They might try and pick him off. They might try and bully him in numbers. One in the window, one pushes down. Godby's there, though, to cover him off. And it is going to be Oscar. Actually, almost does a hit and run through the smoke. Tries to pick up the AK and make tracks, but wasn't to work for him. So, 10-11. Game gets ever so closer. This time, Killerfish can't afford to go for a full buy, though. We'll see what they can do. I say a full buy. It's not a full buy. They're missing a lot of nades.
Well, we finally have that AWP battle, maybe. Christian's got the... So he might just go for the challenge there, and I'm not sure if Tony is as well. I don't think so. But I'm kind of looking forward to this one. I haven't seen the AWP challenge between these two. Going down directly. They kind of play a little bit differently to each other. But as you can see, Chris J's starting to lurk, and Tony just holding an angle in mid, challenging off God B, who's just playing so well at the moment. Really enjoying what he can do, but Chris J does take down Tony, kind of predicting that one, and the synergy between him and God B is just really sublime, but it doesn't matter. Look at this stopping power from Killerfish coming in. Ammo just saying no on the bomb site. Now it's a 2v2. God B's out of position, but he can come around the back and do some real damage.
Yeah, gets the important kill in jungle there, and Tarsin is the only man standing for Killerfish. He does get the kill, though, but God B knows where he is. Bomb still not in play, but there's lots of time. It's a one-on-one. That's what it's all about. Godby gets a big tag onto Tarsin there, and Tarsin is making tracks. He's going to try and go for the rotate. That's going to buy Godby time to pick up that bomb. Is he going to go straight for the plant? Tarsin, which route will he take? Looking around. Godby. He's only got flashes to help him out. Did he catch a glimpse of the man in jungle? He's going for the plant. Tarsin, can he try and catch a glimpse? Doesn't matter. Got beat. Only needed a little whiff on towards him. And gets himself the round, more importantly, and we are all even, all square. Killerfish have a question. Are they going to try and force something? Are they going to go pistol? It is going to be a save. Just the CZ for Tarsin.
Yeah, Godby in the last couple of rounds has picked up massive amounts of work coming in for the team. In comparison to everyone else, his performance has almost doubled in those last few rounds. He's been doing some really impact plays, but as you noted, CT's not so great for money. Legigia going to find ammo really super quick, and well, it's a stack on towards B, but it's not going to do much with it at the moment.
They tried the aggression this time. Legigia picks himself up too. He was ready and waiting for it. And also Chris J, meanwhile, over on B, they picked themselves up. So Killerfish went for the aggressive play with the pistols. Wasn't going to work out. mousesports not falling for it. They've done it too often themselves.
Exactly. They know what's up by now, and I like seeing this team starting to learn each other's game style, midway through almost. So, back in the hands of Tony, though. He's been fairly quiet this game. Then again, you're up against Chris J, who is,
if you
renowned very highly.
Yeah, if you're to compare it to his Dust play, definitely quiet, because he was single-handedly carrying his team through on Dust.
Yeah. Wow. Let's see what they can do going forward. I want to see if Tony can maybe find a little bit more of that form, but I just like the way mousesports are so able to be flexible with the pace they play as well. Just switching up from full executes to slow play. I think they may have a full execute in mind just due to the amount of mollies they have. It may be that B execute again, but kind of curious to see that if they go for it. But we'll have to wait and see what they go for. Tarsin is starting to go lurking, looking around, see if he can get... Oh, looking towards underpass, not found much. And Godby just waits. If mousesports get a free kill at the start from a little bit of frustration or aggression from Killerfish, perfect. Exactly what they'd want. Tarsin saw a glimpse, that's enough, but somehow doesn't get the shot. That is just infuriating for Tarsin. He'll be livid about that.
Yeah, they knew that he was there. When you have the element of surprise and you don't come out on top, you definitely, it will play on your mind. Just giving him information, it's probably a B play. Robson continuing to hop poke, smokes have cleared. Been and gone. Now Mouse are stacking. While this is all happening, Legia's going to be the man that tries to surprise them around the back. But here they go, pushing on B.
Yeah, this is going to be massive. Slowing down the play again, just waiting out in case there's another flash. But look at this play. Robson denies two. Tony comes in with the third, and they cannot break down this B side. The bomb is, I believe, down, but it doesn't matter. Nico's still breaking in. Two so far. Legigia to back him up. It's a 2v2, and they finally got the bomb. But 7 seconds. They need... couple more bombs should be okay to be planted. Killerfish not wanting to challenge them.
Oscar's going to find one, and now, Nico with next to no hit points sitting in the smoke. 2 people coming at him. It's going to be an easy pickup for Oscar, and that is going to make things all square once again. 12-12, and, well, we can see mousesports, no problem with the money. They can easily buy straight back, and this game, once again, is going to the wire. It was 16-14 on Dust 2 for mousesports. We could be seeing it once again. Look
at the money, though, for the CT side. Let's see how well they can buy into this, because they were a little bit shoddy, but I think Oscar might be able to drop a couple. Tony's a little bit poor, but he does get the AWP in the end. So this round is massive. If they lose this one, they're going to be absolutely skint going forward, which would be a bit troublesome considering this round marker. 12-12 to break in. This is going to be big play coming out. And Chris J with the AWP. We see Tony with the AWP, and they're both in the same spot. This is what I wanted to see eventually, but Tony going aggressive.
Yeah, this is... Actually, Chris J is kind of expecting the aggression as well, more importantly, but Tony is just going to go straight back up connector and get out of there, so they're not going for the straight-up duel this time around. Legia's just going to do the window smoke, and that's going to give Chris J the chance to push on through. Now that the smoke's down, they're going to start taking that peek around there, and it looks like Tony is getting a whiff of this one. It's going to be Tabson that's going to come creeping around the corner. Oh, the shot didn't land. They will have seen him. Now AWP will back away. The molly will be enough. Tabson pushing straight aggressively through here. Is he going to push on round the corner? Tony is around there. Nico also pushing through. I really want to keep my eye on that one. Oscar will go down. Tony gets dropped as well. mousesports just dropping them all everywhere across the map. And that just worked perfectly. That was a perfect site execute.
It was close to not being it, but then it just trickled into their favor almost. And I like the play with the molly then. Legia's going to get one and finish off with a double. But highlighting that molly play, just kind of pushing through it sometimes is very important. knowing how much you're going to take damage-wise to knowing you can catch the player off, because they'll expect in their minds, okay, that position is clear for 10 seconds,
safe, yeah.
so I can kind of turn my attention elsewhere. However, when players are able to push it, find a spot they can go to, it offsets it, and that's where you just see these small plays coming into fruition and really finding their footing. However, Tarsin, good information gathered early on, spotting out, I think, at least one in mid, maybe the second as well. Going to have to play off the back of it, because look at this stack coming out towards A. 2 players in Palace. I think Nico's pretty aware, because he's going to commit a smoke to it.
Yeah, he's just coming onto A and he's like, well, there's no one here.
Ooh.
Tony, I think Nico's staring straight at Dark.
No.
Oh, he's looked away just at the last and then spun back around. Picks himself up a second, will not get the third. That's going to be Robson. That's going to get himself an AK if he risks going for it, which he's
thinking about.
Safe to do if he goes for it now, but Tabson's going to be there pretty soon. Still now finally collects the gun, but he is all alone. He's going to get taken down. Tabson will take him, and it is just Tarsin left. Just really needs to try and pick up a gun and save something here. This is going to be mousesports going 14-12, unless Tarsin pulls off a miracle, which Chris J is trying the jumping scout shots with an AWP. Why not?
It's Chris J. It might work. It's CSGO. It might work. I don't know. You can take whichever way you want to, but Gobby will want to find it. Tarsin goes down. And as you said, this is not necessarily the end of the world, but the money is not great with the CTs. As I said in the previous few, that if they didn't win the one following off the back, they were going to be struggling, and you can see it. You know, a lot of Famases, but not a lot else. Robson actually doesn't get armor at all, so he's just super poor. And Robinson's been pretty vital to their play on towards B. He's been the one player who's been stopping them when they make that push, so him without armor is going to really, really hurt. And well, 1 minute and 30, and this could be mousesports on match point.
Well, the smoke will slow things down, and mousesports just going to wait for Killerfish to put themselves in a desperate position.
And this is what normally looks like the B execute from mousesports. I'm not sure, you know, what makes them then commit to it, but this is generally their setup. So if they commit, they're going to go in towards probably the weakest player currently, which is Robson, obviously without armor. So this could be really a good call from mousesports.
Does Chris J risk it? Just waiting to get a whisker, waiting for that time to tick down. Plenty of time to play for. More importantly, will Robson risk the peak? I don't think he will. He's just doing the little hop, skip, and all he needs is a little bit of information. He senses something, so he's going for the smoke. And that's actually a really good smoke as well. That's going to be followed through. They're actually just going to push for it. I think Nico's going to go straight 100% aggression or progressive.
Look up short. Look, there's 3 players pushing up short as well. That's the important factor here. They've timed it quite nicely. It's going to allow him to push through, but still, there is one man on the side. It is Tarsin, and he is not done just yet. 2 kills back to back. He's going to be fighting as hard as he can, but it's not enough. But his teammates make it in there at the end of time. Ammo comes in and knocks him down, but 3 for Tarsin. That kept Killerfish in the game. They read it well. They knew almost it was a B push, I guess. You can kind of start reading into the timings of it. But Robson was such an easy target that Tarsin had to step up, and he did. So really nicely done, but 14-13 is still close.
You say easy target, but it was him that landed the smoke, which really stuttered-stepped mousesports' attack.
But to be fair, at that point, if you've still got your smoke, you're going to put it down because it's going to be 15 seconds for free, and they have to make a push in the last 15.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a freebie. Yeah, it offset it, but look at this one. It's a 2-split through mid, and I don't think they're aware of it. The T-side got B, and Tabson can do some real damage.
Yeah, they managed to get themselves in a good position, but Tony's found the bomb. He managed to clear that one out. Lakeisha's going to come around, gets one. He knows that Tony's there, but he doesn't manage to get the kill. And, well, people that came through, it was Goldbeat and Tabson. They do get through connector, but they just get cut down in their tracks, and we're all square once again at 14-14. This game, could we be seeing overtime on Mirage?
No.
Or will someone finally step up? Killerfish, you would say it's in their hands right now, but I'm still not sure about it. They seem to have the handle on mousesports' attack suddenly, though.
I think that was a little bit of miscoordination on towards the A execute, almost, and a nice read on the push out towards A stairs, more than anything, but Tony does take down God B, so that's a little bit of the piece missing in the puzzle, and God B had never gone that aggressive towards mid on their B executes until that point, so maybe a little bit annoyed, I don't know, but sloppy enough that it's going to give the CT side an advantage here. So 5v4, they need to work a pick back in. But Nico's in a good spot, maybe to cut through towards A. They've been able to pull him to the right sides at least.
They've read into this one. You can see they dropped a decoy in window, And actually, it was Tony that completely rotated to B, so they're expecting a heavy B push, but you can see on the minimap, it is a straight rotate here. And Nico could play a vital part, although he gets mollied out. Not sure if they realized he was there or whether it was just a guesswork coming out from Tarsin there, but he does manage to land the molly on him. That's going to cut off anyone pushing from short, but this has been so long in the making that they've had to manage to rotate. The fact that nothing came on B almost certainly tells them it's A site.
Yeah, and Chris J letting the shots now fly. They know it's going to be an A push. And there's still a good amount left with the CT side. They can put smokes down. They can still buy time here. That's a big thing. And they might just see Flash comes in, allows Oscar to peek. This is back-to-back kills. This is just sloppy work from Mouse, getting frustrated. But Chris J still landing these shots, still looking for more. 3 to find, gets another, not going to get any more. And Killerfish are on to 15 rounds, and mousesports can only blame themselves here. They got picked early on. The execution really wound down to nothing, and they're not pushing Killerfish like they were before.
Well, they need a pick. They need something. That's exactly what Killerfish managed to land in the start of the last round. Let's see what they're going to do. It's going to be a 3-man stack actually going straight to mid. So they're going to win the race here. Tony is going to challenge, but is he a little too late on this one? Does manage to get the flash, but he's immediately cut down. Tabson, full on aggression. And now they're also going to be pushing up ramp, actually. And I don't think they're going to be expecting, or will they? It's going to be Ammo picking up the kills. Bomb in the hands of Legija. Chris J also trying to make himself a nuisance, but Legija's backtracking here.
Chris J's got 3 around him as well. He knows where one is, he takes him down. That's Robson gone, but will he expect the other 2? Oscar is close. Tarsin is getting back to B. 1 minute left. And look at that play from Chris J. Absolutely vital to the team so far. Legija and Chris J are looking to close this one to that 15 to 15. They do not want to go to a third map here.
Where's the bomb off to? It's going B.
Why not? They've got time.
Ooh. Now it's a challenge. Now it's tricky. Now it's a one-on-one. Chris J has done the work. Can Legija finish it off for him? He's going to get time to plant it because Tarsin's going to be giving himself enough time, waiting for that plant. There goes the plant going in. And now, of course, Tarsin's going to know. How will he play it?
For me, it's how does Legija play? Does he go confident? I think he does. He's heard him, but can he get the shot? No, denied in the end. Tarsin just lands the shot. Legija goes down, being confident in the shot. He was going to push for it, but in the end, just maybe a little bit of arrogance, kind of costing mousesports the win in 2 there.
Yeah, fantastic stuff. So, we're going to go to Inferno. The third map was beckoning, and we are going to go there. So, both teams winning 16-14 on the opposite map choice.
Yes, but this is kind of like mousesports all over. The times I've seen them lose the previous iteration of the tournament, back when it was called EPS, it's when they get sloppy like this, when they get confident. It was on that map as well that they've lost before because they were making slightly more aggressive plays, these slightly sloppy peaks, and Killerfish just kind of warmed up towards the end, but that should have been mousesports' game to win from start to finish in that map until those last few rounds. So I think mousesports are going to be blaming themselves.
They were at 14-12, I believe.
I think so, I'm not sure.
And they let it go to 16-14, so nonetheless, Inferno will be the next map. We're going to go to a quick break in a few moments, guys. This is the ESL Meisterschaft. It is the finals. It's taking part in Duisburg. It is live in the open air, so it's going to be getting chilly for those guys. So not too sure they're going to be happy about a third map, but nonetheless, we're going there, and it's great viewing. We'll be back in about 10 minutes.